General revision and proofreading. After you're done composing your paper, you want to work on general revision and final proofreading before you're completely done with it. So with general revision, once you've completed your draft, you want to set it aside. Now you may not always be able to do this, but if you can, you should, because you're going to be the best reviser if you can be detached and objective. And if you're in the heat of the moment from writing that composition, you're not going to be as willing to set aside some of your ideas or rearrange the paper as if you could come back with a clear mindset and you're more detached. So once you're able to come back to your paper as an objective party, look at the document as a whole. Look at the whole essay, the whole composition, and ask yourself these questions. Does it address the intended audience? You were supposed to know who you were writing to. You should have been aiming at a specific audience. Was it for children? Was it for adults? Was it for peers? Was it for your teacher? Was it for a supervisor? You want it to address the intended audience. Is it written to that level of style? Is the tone correct? Is the language you used appropriate? So you want to make sure it addresses the intended audience. And does it have proper organization? Now this just means, are the body paragraphs in the best order they can be? Your thesis and your introductory paragraph are going to stay at the beginning. Your conclusion's going to stay at the end. But your body paragraphs may be better suited in a different order. You may say, oh, I want to move this middle one to the beginning because I think it makes a strong first supporting point for me. Oh, I want to move this last one up to the middle and move the first one to the bottom because it's really strong too, and I want it to close out my paper as the last supporting detail. So you may see all that whenever you're going over your general revision phase and move through and move some of the body paragraphs around in your paper. And that's fine. That's what this step of the writing process is for. Now with research papers, another thing you want to do during general revision is to check your citations and references. You've cited some of your references in your paper. So go back to where you've cited them, make sure you've done it correctly. Go back to your references, make sure you have them in the correct format. You don't want to get that far into your paper and then realize you don't have the correct reference or you cited something incorrectly. So make sure you check that during the general revision phase. So this phase was about looking at the draft as a whole, making sure it was addressing the topics and audience it was supposed to, and that it's in an organizational pattern that makes sense. Final proofreading is different. It's a slow, careful check for typographical and grammatical errors. So this is going to be a little bit different. Now you're fine-tooth combing this thing and you're looking for more targeted, small errors that will distract the reader. You're not looking to reorganize the paper. You should have that done already. This is about fixing little nitpicky errors that would distract the reader from your message because they find this little misspelled word or this word that isn't the correct word to be used. So on that note, I want you to beware the spell check feature. Most likely you will be typing your final draft, and you should not rely solely on the spell check feature of most Word programs to correct your paper completely. Using words like their, possessive, versus their, place in space, the spell check feature won't find these as incorrect words. These are spelled correctly, but if you use the wrong one, people are going to notice that and it's going to bug them. They're going to say, oh, they used the wrong there. Well, spell check isn't going to catch that. You have to catch that whenever you're doing your grammatical error check during final proofreading. Just another example. Weather versus weather. These are both words that are spelled correctly. But if I said, oh, what's the weather out like today? Or if I was talking about whether or not I thought it would snow today, It would not be the correct use of the word, even though it's spelled correctly. So make sure you are reading through your paper looking for grammatical errors. Don't just assume it's all okay because of the spell check feature. Whenever you go to revise your final draft, you've completed it, you've got everything written down, you've got it narrowed down to the sentences you want to use in your composition, do a general revision where you're looking at the paper as a whole and make sure it addresses the audience and topics that it was supposed to, and make sure it's organized to where it makes the most sense and it will be the most effective at getting your message out. If it's a research paper, check your citations of references. And then do your final proofreading and look for small errors that will distract your reader, because you don't want something small to distract your reader from the overall message of your paper.